floor. I thought my man had on chainmail for a second. I was like, what is that?
He might have. It looked like some serious LARPing going on.
Yeah.
It was. Hola, amigos, and welcome to the Markout Mania.
Yeah. A clean-shaven Pedro. Look at that.
And check this out. Check this out, James. Look at this.
Oh, shit. That's hot.
Nuclear.
That is hot.
That is one nuclear.
But hey,
that's a hot GT shirt, Pedro. Good job.
We've got James. Extreme Sorno.
Problems of.
Yeah. James the what?
James is extra peppery today.
James the Extreme Sorno. How are you?
I'm not the one feeling extreme there, buddy. I'm feeling good. I'm sore and beat up from the cleanup of Hurricane Ian, but I'm doing good, and I consider myself lucky compared to a lot of people around here. So it's good. I'm good. I'm ready to rock and roll. Pedro, you're right there. Don't die on us, buddy.
Yeah.
What's that?
God, stop it.
It's
Stop it.
Ba-boom! It's a God of Thunder!
Snap, crackle, and pop!
Snap, crackle, pop. The Road Warrior Scholarly College graduate. How are you?
Good. Thank you.
But more importantly for today, you know who he is?
Who is he?
He's the Dungeon Master.
The Dungeon Master. Yes.
Very weird.
Zeus is our DM for today. He's going to take us to the trials and tribulations, the ups and the downs.
Period.
Excuse us. He is the DM, period. And if you don't like his campaign, he'll suplex you. There you go.
Right. Send you to the nether realm.
Oh, brutal.
I guess first things first. I guess we should talk about the big news from last night, and that's
absolutely
Antonio Anoki passing away.
Right. That's how old was he? 79.
Yeah.
Wow. That's a loss. I mean, that man was so revered for everything he done in and out of wrestling, but so much so that North Korea opened their doors for him. Now that's saying something.
Right. Yeah. That was he really did. He did a lot as a wrestler, as a promoter, and as someone who was sought out peace, among humans. So,
he was a high-ranking official, high-ranking politician. He did good. Yeah,
he was part of the Senate, and honestly, 79 is quite a long time to live as a pro wrestler too. So, yeah, that's.
I mean, especially his body, because he was all beat up towards the end of his career.
Yeah, I believe he retired. It was like 94, 95 was when they had the big final tour, and he wrestled Vader and Muda, and
I
want to say Don Fry.
Really?
Did he wrestle? I don't recall him wrestling Don Fry. He may have, though.
He's so revered. He's so revered that SmackDown last night, They paid a little tribute, and Corey Graves said, even though the WWF did not recognize him at the time, he was the first Japanese WWF heavyweight champion. I was like, wow, they recognize unrecognized titles, you know.
Yeah, unofficial title reign.
Yeah, they even recognized it on air yesterday on SmackDown. So I thought that was kind of cool, you know.
And Hunter Triple H sent out a tweet.
Yeah.
He sent out a social media post for.
Did y'all mention the fight with Ali?
Not yet, no.
Oh,
well, yeah, that's what he's famous for. Yeah.
And then that was the whole thing. Is like they were probably going to have it, a regular, some kind of a pro wrestling match to showcase each other, but communication broke down, and I believe what I heard was that Ali said that his camp thought that he was going to try to shoot on him and try to make him look bad, so that he was just going to go in there and try to try to defend himself the best he could. And once Anoki kind of realized, okay, he thinks this is a shoot, he's like, well, I'm gonna have to shoot on him, and he didn't want to get knocked out.
Yeah.
The greatest, one of the greatest boxers ever lived.
Yeah.
So he he kicked Ali's legs the whole time, and they said that really hurt Ali for years to come after that.
There's a year or so ago, or it might have been 2020. Someone wrote these articles about the whole situation with the Japanese, what was it called? The JWA, the Japanese Wrestling Association.
Mm-hmm.
The whole post Ricky Dozan era where Baba was the top star and Anoki was like never going to come up under him, and there is a whole deal where they tried a coup to take over the promotion, and it didn't work out. And there's a great series of articles about this that someone wrote a year or two ago. There's a lot of interesting stuff in there if people want to read about sort of how New Japan came to be. Like, I don't even know what the website was now. I'd have to find it. So this is like telling people, oh, go find this thing lost somewhere in the internet. But they're really great in-depth articles. There's a lot of interesting stuff there. When you mentioned about them thinking it was a shoot, there's a whole deal in that deal where they were trying to get Baba in the ring against Anoki. So what the plan was, Anoki was going to shoot on Baba to try to bring his star up, because he felt he was never going to get pushed over Baba. So there's a lot of interesting stuff with that.
Oh yeah, that whole time was interesting because remember how many wrestlers would say, like I'm loyal, like I'm loyal to Baba. Oh no, and you know what? I'm loyal to Anoki. They would never. They swore that I would never leave New Japan and go, like I'm never go to All Japan and vice versa. That whole thing was something back then. Yeah,
that stuff comes later. Yeah,
the loyalists to each man, and it's kind of interesting because the All Japan and New Japan, from the 70s, from the early 70s all the way up through the late 90s, they were the two biggest wrestling promotions in all of Japan, and they were they were in a lot of ways, they were a lot like NWA and WWF in America. That's where all the biggest guys went to make the most money, but like we were saying, the loyalty is huge. You had to be a really, really big star to change. Also, I have here.
I mean, he commanded respect everywhere he went, Anoki. I mean, like I said
yeah.
earlier, even North Korea opened up their doors to him. So that's something.
Look at all the people who would just come up to him to get slapped, like in everyday
Yeah,
Right.
everyday
yeah,
life.
yeah. That
Yeah,
was a badge of honor.
yeah, yeah. Anoki's final match here was he beat Don Fry.
Hmm.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
April 4th, 1998. His retirement match.
Don Fry was his last match. Wow, that's something, man. Don
Yep.
Fry must be proud.
Don Fry was one of those guys. He was in New Japan, or he was in the UFC, and then he went to New Japan. He was in New Japan for a while. Then he fought some in Pride, and he had that match with Takayama. He went to he was friends with Muda, and he was in with that group in All Japan too. So, but his last matches he had, like we were saying, in North Korea, he beat Ric Flair. That was 1995
Mm-hmm.
in that International Sports and Culture Peace Festival. That was the day 2.
Day 2, yeah. That was the main event. Was the Anoki Flair? Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Approximately 190,000 people forced to attend.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, and of course, everybody was pulling for Anoki because,
don't you dare root for Flair.
don't you dare root for any American.
Yeah, so that's true.
And it's weird because, there was a lot of booking where there was like Sting versus Scott Norton, I believe, was the main event for day 1. And it's like, how the hell did they know who to pull for?
Yeah. That's something. That's something. He was so revered that he got North Koreans that had cheering for him, a Japanese man, in a wrestling event.
Right.
I mean, as much as they hate Americans, they don't like the Japanese much more. Either. You know what I'm saying? So
well, I'm sure that. I mean, they probably lied and told some propaganda about he might have had Korean heritage or.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
I mean, they're all they lie about everything.
He could have pulled it. Yeah, exactly. So.
This might be an obscure thing, but with the whole deal about cinematic wrestling in the past few years, let's not forget Anoki and Masa Saito doing that island death match.
Right.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. That's why I forgot about that. Right, yeah.
It's kind of one of the first kind of cinematic wrestling things you can think of.
Yeah. The deserted island death match.
Mm-hmm.
Some of his last matches, Tokyo Dome 1990. He with Sakaguchi, he defeated Shinya Hashimoto and Masachono. Another one, he teamed with Tiger Jeet Singh against Big Van Vader and Animal Hamaguchi. That was his 30th anniversary match. There's another one. He defeated Tenryu. He wrestled with Fujinami against Choshu and Tenryu. He beat Great Muta. That was the Final Countdown #1 match.
I read somewhere that he had an hour draw with Bob Backlund. Is that true?
Yeah, they had several matches, when he was over, when Backlund was over in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
And, I think that, that they were trying to get that, kind of how Baba had that, the arrangement with, the NWA, where he was able to defeat Harley Race twice and Jack Briscoe once.
Yeah.
You know, for a short amount of time.
Yeah, yeah, those short title reigns.
I mean, they were like, there was one. I think there was one that was like 3 weeks long, but those were actually even more. You know, those were actual like sanctioned.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah.
They're recognized title reigns. Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
The whole thing with the WWF, you know, and Backlund and everything, they the way that Anoki like vacated the title, you know, he said, you know, it's like there was something happened in a match with like Tiger Jeet Singh, and there was some interference, and he felt unworthy and vacated the title, and they gave it back to Backlund. It's just there's kind of a, you know, it's a very kind of a Japanese. We've seen that kind of thing before.
Yeah.
We would see it again. I think Kensuke Sasaki vacated the New Japan, the IWGP title after he lost a non-title match to Kawada.
Yeah, the Tokyo Dome in October of '99 or 2000, whenever it was.
Yeah. But, you know, I mean, there's all kinds of, you know, controversy stories and different things about, you know, Anoki, and but, I mean, overall, like you say, I mean, he had an outstanding career, you know, and he devoted the rest of his life to peace. You know, so
I think the biggest question I have: what would Anoki have been like as a dungeon master?
Well,
people
would
get
have
slapped in
slapped
the
both
face.
of y'all a lot before now for not being ready until today.
You slapped the crap out of Pedro. What?
Glar? What the hell do you mean Glar?
Glar the Bard.
Glar the Bard. He definitely slapped you for that.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't name your other guys Gloop and Geek.
Oh, so do you need the names of my characters?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so there's Glar the Bard.
Yeah, we know.
Okay.
Brutal.
Then there's Dane, Dain, Ungart, Undart. This is my dwarf fighter. My dwarf fighter.
He's a male?
Yes. And then my elf wizard, his name is Tom.
Elf wizard.
I'm done. Elf wizard named Tom. I'm done. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm done. That's it.
From Tom's Weird Life.
Yeah.
Male. Human. Wizard.
It's the Earth 3 version of Tom.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the D&D version of Tom.
Earth 616.
Okay, so now, do you have the relationships between your characters established?
What do you mean?
I mean, so do Glar, Dane, and Tom know each other?
Okay, Glar and Dane know each other.
Okay,
we'll say Tom comes in. He comes in a straggler. He comes in later. He comes whenever. Yeah.
He doesn't know them. It's either you know them or they don't know them. I'm just at this point in time. So Glar and Dane go back a ways.
Yeah,
they are friends. Okay, so James.
Hella and Eldon had know each other, and on the way they picked up Lucian.
Helen and Eldon know each other, and Lucian was.
Yeah, actually, Helen and Eldon were like me and Mrs. Jones.
Okay.
Mrs. Jones, Mrs. Jones, Mrs. Jones.
Thank you, Jim House.
And then they picked up like a Lucian after they were finished.
Well, so here's what it is. So
Okay.
All of you had got these letters, okay?
Uh-oh.
That you were being offered, a great reward to come to this kingdom and help.
Okay.
And it's not like that, that people were just posting, notices up, hey, we need adventures. They sought out very specific people, right?
Gotcha.
And you are the ones that answered the call. So you've all come to from wherever you are from. The 6 of you are all now on this small ship, and the ship is where you were picked up, and you're being taken to the kingdom of Nzia. And so you have a guide on the ship, and he's explaining to you that the kingdom is under attack by all kinds of undead creatures and things from a necromancer queen and her warlord.
Brutal.
Right?
Whoa.
Her power is her power is not typical in what people would see from the regular prime material plane here. There's something else going on, because her power rises and falls with the phases of the moon.
Oh.
Okay.
Right? So when the moon is at its most absent, she is at her least powerful. When the moon is at its fullest, it's when she is at her most powerful.
Wow.
So right now we are coming into the heading toward the full moon.
Are we still on the ship?
You're still, yeah. Well, you're heading to the kingdom now.
Okay.
Right. So you've agreed at this point. You've agreed to come and meet with Queen Jelena, and so now we are. So wherever you have been, on this ship, the ship has gone out to the ocean, gone to a river, and up the river to the kingdom. So the kingdom of Nzia is surrounded by mountains. Okay. And at the edge of the mountains, there is some forest area, but you basically cannot get through these mountains. They are high, they are treacherous, and they are covered in snow.
Oh.
Right. So they are very well protected on the one side. Now, the kingdom proper itself is a walled city, and that's what you're coming up to now. Is they have a port and many docks, and you guys are all being welcomed, and you see that there are fishermen, people that are coming from the ocean to bring fish in. There are river fishermen that are bringing in fish as well. Some of them, just basically live on the water. There are some people that are residents of Nzia. The people are of an ebony race with black hair. About 1 in 10 people are albino. They have light reddish or blonde hair and pink eyes. But their lack of pigmentation and melanin means that they're always covered in the daytime, except for their eyes, basically. So people walking around that they kind of might look like a ninja or something. It's not. It's not a ninja. It's just someone who would get burned very badly in the sunlight. So they take you to the palace inside of the walled city, and as you get inside the walled city, you see that there's this massive waterfall that's like 400 meters tall. It comes off the mountain and then it lands in the walled city, and this power helps them take the grain that they produce in the farms and make bread with it. So this city is a very big, very old, and it's got a lot of things for the people to use, and it's a merchant kingdom because they're really almost completely isolated. They're very well protected, and they don't have. It's not known that they have a lot of wealth and things, but it's a good strategic place to be because it's not far from the ocean and it's on a busy river. Okay. So there are people that are aware of it, but it's like as far as being incredibly sought after, it's not well known for that. So now they bring the six of you together into a room, and you're waiting to meet the queen. So this might be.
What's the queen's name again? I'm sorry.
Queen Jelena. So if while you're waiting, this may be a good time for you to interact.
Oh.
Okay. So we got okay. I have Eldon. Actually, my cleric is wondering: is there anything around, or will we be able to inspect the area as we're waiting for the queen and all that? Is there anything we can do or not do, or do we just sit and wait as protocol demands?
Well, I mean, they've given you, it's just like a waiting room. It's really, it's there's some art on the walls. It's just symbolic and things. It's nothing there really, but I mean, James, basically you have your party and Pedro has his party. I mean, if right. I don't know how the dwarf feels about the half work or.
Well, I feel that we all need to work together if we're going to complete this thing. So, any personal issues that my half orc has with your elf or etc., or vice versa, I think we should put them aside until after we finish this campaign.
Well, Glar the Bard has a question. Are y'all excited to meet? Are y'all excited to meet Jolena?
And that's what bards do. And the calming music of Glar the Bard in his little mini concert, can kind of set everybody at ease, right? Because that's what they do. Mm-hmm. Unless it pisses off the half orc fighter Lucian,
Is someone smoking in here? Is someone smoking in here? Is that why Glar is talking?
I think Lucian wants to pull a Bluto, and he wants to recreate a scene from Animal House. I take the guitar and smack it up against the wall.
This,
but he rephrased Glar.
This is a lute, not a guitar.
Oh, sorry, Lutz. So I think Lucian wants to, although he wants to Hulk smash, he refrains for the greater good is because he's looking for treasure at the end.
So we've got an uneasy partnership here.
Yes, definitely uneasy. It
Right,
will be
okay.
rectified after all said and done, and there's coin in the pouch of Lucian.
Tom just wants to know. Has anyone got anything to eat? I'm a little hungry.
Poor Tom.
Tom is weird in real life, and Tom is weird in this campaign. The Earth 616 Tom
Right.
is weird, and then the Earth 35 Tom is even weirder.
Yeah.
Dane though is just like.
So is he cool with the half orc?
I guess he's cool with whatever. I guess. Are you cool? Are you cool, Dane?
So he's strong. He's strong and silent. He's
Eldon's trying to be the de facto leader as a group, as the human. He thinks he can charm everyone, but in the back of his mind, as long as Hela is protected and safe, he's happy.
okay. So the one of the people come in and they're going to lead you to the throne room.
Jolena.
And so you take into a nice big throne room. There's 2 thrones, and then one is empty, and at the other sits Queen Jelena. And the guide says, "I'd like to present you these warriors who have answered the call." And after
we can dance if we want to.
I'm gonna take that as an act of war. Guard's going to be eviscerated and dead on the damn. Going to be dead on the damn throne room floor here.
And Lucian's trying to set a guard.
It's not me. I don't know where that came from, but it's not me.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. Any stray music is automatically being pinned on the board.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly.
Right. Okay. So. So how do you address a queen?
Your Highness, Jolena.
Well, Eldon, my human's trying to charm the queen, and he's paying her all kinds of respect that's probably richly deserved. So he wants to get on the good side and not piss anybody off. And Eldon, Lucian follow Eldon's lead.
Okay, so you get an uncomfortable look from the guide, who is kind of motioning his hands together and kind of making a pushing down.
Oh, we got to bow. We got to bow.
All of us need to kneel before Zod.
Yeah, kneel. Yeah, let's bow.
Yes,
Yeah.
all of us kneel, of course. I grab Lucian and force him to his knees.
Tom's like, oh, yeah, I guess I'll bow. Do we get some food soon? And he bows.
So she stands and thanks you all for coming. And as she stands and walks towards you, you see a very large man who is she introduces as Tuketh, who is the head of her royal guard. And as you can tell, he is a very big, badass warrior. And he is kind of looking at you skeptically, a little, he's a little mean looking, but he's definitely not, taking up any of the space, or any of he's not saying anything. So Jelena has a king, and she says that that these attacks from skeletons and other creatures that have occurred in nighttime, their city is built to withstand a siege, right? But these little tiny attacks have been like 1,000 little cuts. And so when these small groups of the undead have come in, they've been hard to find. And every warrior they've killed, every one they've taken, every person they've kidnapped, it's starting to add up. And somehow they've had a good idea of where to go and who to take, because they've taken the king, for one thing.
Oh,
Okay.
They have also taken the blacksmith.
damn.
Right. And the blacksmith, thankfully, he was a family man, and he has sons and a daughter that can help, that are trying to fill his shoes right now. But he's an older man, and he's got, he's a master of enchantments as well as the forge. And so he is as missed in his own way as much as the king. They don't know either of their conditions. There are other people who have been taken, and other warriors, other just older people. And of course, they have to assume that every undead person that you guys are going to come in contact with, that they come in contact with, used to be a member of their kingdom, because they have been fighting this fight for a while, and they have been able to destroy some of the skeletons and undead, over the time. But it's kind of like fighting an anthill. There's a lot more. And she tells you that that every undead warrior or creature that you kill, that you have to take their head. You have to remove the head from the body. That's the only way to keep them from coming back, for one thing. For number two, they have to be brought back so that the people who lost their relatives in this are able to have some kind of a closure and funeral. The queen's mother is introduced to you, and she's very old, but she is blind. She's still very smart, and she knows that she understands that you're all there to help. And she's actually the one who sent all the letters.
Oh, okay.
She has a gift. And so she actually knows something about all of you that you do not know about yourselves. And as of right now, she's not saying what that is, but there's something special, and it's going to come into play at some point.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Glar wonders if it's because he knows so many languages, like the Common, the Elvish, the Sylvan. The thieves can't, and he also knows the Lele Cool J language, where he can say stuff like, "Oh, no bard can bard quite like I can. I take a undead skeleton and put his face in the sand."
Did you say that Lele Cool J?
Kev is very last word with Glar. He's gripping.
Oh my
So the warriors
God.
of Nadzia have these special spears. The spears are like a short sword at each end, and he's kind of spinning the sword on one of its points. He looks at Glar because he thinks that Glar is not he's not serious about this, and this is life or death for them.
Glar is getting dirty looks from Lucian as well. Uh-oh. As Elden tries to keep the peace.
Dane is standing in front of, or kneeling down closer to Glar to protect him.
Lele Cool J. Oh.
And Tom is like, how do you order a sandwich in Lele Cool J? I'm sorry.
I can't.
Oh, God.
Oh, shit. This is going to come. He's going to throw a fucking Minotaur at you. Watch. Oh, shit.
Okay, so
Oh.
as they put up with your nonsense because they are desperate. They're desperate. So, right? Because here's the thing. Even if they survive this onslaught, even if you're successful in this quest, the word is starting to get out that they are maybe vulnerable. Right?
Okay.
So this has future implications. So they are going to need warriors beyond this. So if you survive, they're possibly going to need you to help out even more because there may be other kingdoms. And you see, the king that she married is not the man she loved. Jelena married this king to merge their kingdoms together to make them stronger. And because, let's face it, that this type of world, a king and a queen is stronger than just one or the other.
Right.
Now, the king's country is far away, but he has been here in Nadzia since their marriage a year ago, and they've been trying to have an heir, which has been unsuccessful so far. Now, you can kind of tell she keeps, the queen keeps looking at Tuketh, and you get the sense that there's maybe something going on there, right? And she tells you that, that any people that you can save, you need to save, except for the king. If the king has to be sacrificed for the rest of the kingdom, okay, or at your own, risking your own lives needlessly to try to save the king himself. While it would be appreciated, it is definitely not recommended.
Okay.
So, but the blacksmith is, it's theorized he may be forced to, make weapons for them because they have seen some of his work, but they don't know if they've got a forge or anything. So, so in the mountains where they think that the necromancer, who is Tyrannobulas,
What's his name?
Her name, the necromancer queen, is Tyrannobulas.
Okay. Her name.
And so when the queen's ancestors came to this area, they were driven out of the plains, and they all got on boats, and they ended up finding this place, hundreds of years ago. And there was a green dragon in the mountains.
Oh.
And what's now the forest was largely swamp. And what they did is they went and they killed that dragon because they had to. And so the dragons, and that's where they built. They were able to get the resources, the treasure to build this city. Was from the dragon's treasure, but his cave is still up there, and it's off limits to everybody. But it's probably where she is. And she also has a warlord who is a fearsome general, and he is supposed to be an expert with something like a broadsword or a trident.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and he has a couple of really good fighters who are his bodyguards as well. They also say that the warlord cow wears no armor.
Whoa.
Because his skin is like steel.
Oh.
But further rumors suggest he has one weak spot that could end that. And if so he's a better fighter than anyone in the entire kingdom, easily.
Right.
So what they're going
to has one weak spot.
Right. So so we're approaching the evening at this point in time, and you're going to be taken around the kingdom to get supplies and things.
I hope that includes a sandwich.
Motherfucker, if you don't shut up with the sandwich, it's gonna be a one dwarf.
It's going to be a party of 5 instead of a party of 6.
It's gonna be a party of 4. Noir and Tom are about to. So,
we're getting supplies.
So, well, first of all, Tuketh offers 2 of his youngest warriors to go with you.
Okay.
And then he offers all of you one of the kingdom's it's like their spear swords. It's almost like it's a shaft with like 2 almost short swords on one on either end, and they are a +2 spear. Incredibly strong, incredibly light, perfectly balanced, and they offer one to each of you.
Oh yeah, Eldon will take that definitely.
Okay, oh, what was it again? Do I need to write this down or?
Yeah, that's why I was talking about it.
The +2 spear.
Yeah,
What
Got
was
it.
it? I'm not hearing what it is. What is it?
It's a spear. It's a spear. It's a +2 spear.
yeah,
Plus-
and it acts like it's almost like a short sword
Okay.
blade on each end of the sword.
Okay. So a +2 spear, and what was the other thing?
That's what it is.
Okay,
That's
so
what it is.
everyone gets it.
Yes,
Okay.
is offered it. Yes,
Okay.
I would suggest you take it.
Yeah, yeah. I was writing it down.
So, and like I said, he's offered these two young warriors, and the first place they're going to take you is to the blacksmith's, to his forge, to meet his family.
Hmm.
Let's see. So you're probably gonna get some more stuff there.
And some armor. We're going to a blacksmith. Maybe some armor, right?
Yeah. So, you can, you get the feeling from the people that you pass by, the regular people in the kingdom, that they're very glad that the 6 warriors have come to help, and they all seem very happy and welcoming to you in general. Except for the asshole with the fucking.
So for Tom, keep that. I'll gladly pay you Tuesday for a sandwich today.
One of the street vendors does come up and offers you a wonderful, everyone some wonderful fish dishes.
I guess I can.
What was that?
I guess I'm making a sandwich out of this.
Now,
Oh my god!
one of the other things that this kingdom is known for is their bread.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
There are many kinds of bread, and there are many kinds of bread vendors all around you, and no one will take your money.
Oh,
And so they're just giving you whatever you want.
okay.
Right? So they're
right.
happy to help even slice a large roll in half for Tom
Oh, shit.
and make him a sandwich with some nice spicy spread and things.
Throw a couple of sucrets in there.
Yeah. So they also stop at a butcher, and you're given a lot of some sacks of dried meats and jerkies and things that you can take with you. Some aged things.
Yes, the half orc is grateful for the turkeys and the dried beef.
And the butcher looks at Lucian, and he says, "Do you have a steed?"
I do not have a steed.
Of course, they brought you here by ship. They didn't.
Yeah.
Right. So he says, "I think you're the only person in your group that might be able to appreciate this, and you might have the constitution for this." So he takes you out back where they have, the pens with the pigs and the cows and things. and there's one pen. It's off by itself, and there is a giant warthog in it.
Oh,
It's 7 feet tall at the shoulder.
Holy shit.
Jesus.
He's got 1 foot long lower tusks and 6 inch long upper tusks. So he's got like this big underbite and this big thick mane that kind of runs off the top of his forehead and down his back.
Holy shit,
And
that's gonna be cool as fuck.
right, and so the butcher hands Lucian an apple and says, maybe you can ride him, and maybe you can break him. He said, but I haven't had anyone that's been able to, and I can't. He's too tough to slaughter and eat, and he's too mean, and he also kind of likes him a little bit. So
I think Lucian will be glad to take him on as a steed and probably break him in and train him. He's probably tough enough to do so.
right, that's what I'm thinking. So
Yeah.
he hands you the apple. So what do?
I say thank you, and I take the apple, and I am ready for the steed.
So what are you going to do? You going to eat the apple? What are you going to do with it?
I'm gonna give the apple to the warthog or whatever your name is. His name is.
So he comes over, kind of sniffs the apple, kind of snatches it out of Lucian's hand, eats it, sniffs your hand again, kind of has its hackles up a little bit. Then what do?
Then I begin I rub underneath his chin, and I start to pet him, and I kneel down and I try to hold him.
Oh, okay. So he seems responsive to this. He kind of backs up a little bit. And his hackles calm down.
Good. I try to make it known to him through touch and through emotion that he will be with me from now on. And I would feed him, care for him as he was one of my own. He would be my partner in this.
So the butcher kind of says, "Well, go ahead, see if you can give him a ride."
So I tried to get on him, and I'm sure he throws me off.
He's not real happy about it at first.
But I pet him, I calm him down, I rub his back, his top of his head.
So he kind of starts trotting around with you a little bit. And then he brings you back to the butcher. He kind of sniffs at the butcher, who gives him an apple. And the butcher says something quietly to him. And so now you have Steed.
I will ask the butcher for some apples so I can give it to the Steve here and there. So,
Brilliant.
You have some munchies for him. And then I would name this Steve Chono.
Whoa.
Beautiful. Wonderful.
That's awesome.
So I am with Chono now, and he is with me.
There you go. All right. So, you get to everyone gets to the blacksmith's forge and home, and you see that they have a large wagon and 2 horses to pull it. One of the sons and the daughter come out, Damon and Paola, to greet you and to bring you inside. They aren't experienced or trained warriors, really, but they know weapons and they know the forest.
Ooh.
So they're going to be your guides. And of course they have this, this personal investment in it because it is their father that they really want to
Yeah.
bring home. So, Damon is the second born. The oldest son is there. He's still trying to carry on with the work. He's not as adept with charms and things like that, like his father, but he was his father's apprentice, and so he's doing his best. Now, what he has to give each of you is a very nice +2 suit of chainmail.
Ooh, take it.
Okay. Then they have there's this breastplate. Okay. The breastplate is worn by all the warriors in the kingdom. You can see the two warriors that are riding with you. They each of them have it, and it's extremely light. It's bendable, but it's incredibly strong, and it covers your back as well. And he has one of those that each of you can take.
Breastplate?
Yeah, it's like a best breastplate and back piece.
Man, I'm glad I'm writing this stuff down instead of trying to type it.
Yeah, no, I'm writing it down either. I abandoned this habit. That's a fuck. That's easy to write.
Right.
Glar looks around for a moment when there's he's just hanging out with everyone. He's like, so Jolena and her old man, that's kind of weird situation. Did you get the feeling about Jolena and Tuketh that when she gets that feeling, Tuketh gives her sexual healing. When she gets that feeling, Tuketh gives her sexual healing.
Lucian grumbles and starts to growl. So does the warthog, tries to cover his ears with his hoofs.
Tom is
you have two young loyal warriors, that are also in the group as well.
I can cast my deafness spell to spare everyone.
Dane the dwarf kind of grunts and then looks at the two young warriors, and they kind of nod their head like, we don't talk about it, man. That's his interpretation of it.
Tuketh and his two young warriors. I feel the two young warriors might have a hidden agenda somewhere.
Oh,
that might just come up at a certain time, maybe.
Oh, interesting. Oh,
We'll
about
have
the
to
old
see
man,
how it plays
the
out.
king.
Yeah.
One of the names is Lanmek, and the other one's name is Corey.
Oh,
Landmac and Corey.
Yeah.
Corey wears sunglasses at night.
Wear your head as a hat. These are two of the youngest warriors that have ever been in the Royal Guard. So they have passion, they have loyalty, but it's not like they don't know a whole lot, and they're a little apprehensive about everything.
That makes sense.
You can tell they kind of speaking to each other in the language of the kingdom, which is not the common tongue, but pretty much everyone, because there are people that come to Nadzia for the bread, for the fish, for their wares that they're able to. They most people speak 2 or 3 languages,
Right.
and everybody there speaks the common tongue as well.
But do they speak Lele Cool J?
I don't know, and the last surviving member of that language might die before he fights his first skeleton. So, also, what you get is everyone. There's some hammers and maces and things. You're kind of welcome to look, but bladed weapons are not as effective as bludgeon weapons against these undead creatures. So all you guys that have swords and bows and things.
Eldon will grab a mace.
The dwarf will definitely take some hammers and maces or whatever.
Okay. I mean, don't be greedy, but I would definitely take one of something.
Okay, he'll take a hammer.
All right. Eldon
grabbed the mace, so it's good.
Glar and Tom don't really. They're like, that's a little heavy for us. We'll stick to the blades and stuff.
Okay. Just warning you.
Yo, okay. Maybe
just warning you.
Maybe Glar does take a hammer.
Okay.
Tom will leave to his own devices. We'll see. We'll see how he does.
I think Hella will take a hammer. Why not? Just in case she can't cast a spell, she can hit somebody over the head. Probably Glar, but.
So these are all just they're all +1 weapons.
Okay.
And,
nice.
And Landmac and Corey each take a mace as well because they have, like I said, they have the double-ended spears.
Mm-hmm.
It's, once again, it's a bladed weapon, and so you also there's a mysterious woman comes on a small cart, and she has on the cart a box.
Oh, hold on for a second. Hell no. Get the fuck. Twilight has to get off my TV right now. Sorry, Zeus. Vampires don't fucking sparkle. All right, go ahead.
So,
sorry.
Right? So, she offers this magical box or chest to you guys. It's about the size of it's about 1.5 feet wide. It's about 1.5 feet tall. It's not quite a cube, but it's like a very nice chest.
Okay.
And that's for the heads.
Oh, gotcha.
So you can fit more into it than what you can see because it's magical.
Gotcha.
So definitely, secure that on your wagon.
Yes. Since it's magical, Hella would grab that.
Yeah. And like I
Hold
said,
on to it.
Like I said, you guys got to remember, everything that you
on the wagon,
it's got to go. You got to take the head off of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They take you to after that. Damon and Paola, they say that they're still getting a few things ready, that they got to help, and they'll be ready when you come back. The two royal guard take you to another store with herbs and different things. So if if you see some elixirs, some different things that you might want there.
He's just strumming the lute a little bit. He's just
No,
strumming
no,
the
no.
lute
I'm
a little bit.
sorry. That's my phone. Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay.
It's ringing. It's ringing.
Um,
It's that damn elfin whore. No. Can you imagine Melina is a half elf whore?
oh my God, it's her every day. Isn't it?
I'll blow you for 2 pesos.
Oh my God. So, like I said, you're welcome to take any herbs,
Yes, definitely take some
medicines and things.
I have a question about that.
Yeah.
So do we put the herbs and stuff in with our equipment? Or okay.
Yes.
So what do I write? Just herbs and meds or potions or
I mean, whatever you see that you think you might use that you don't have already.
let's see. Okay, I'll just write herbs and meds, I guess. I don't know.
So they have some potions and things that the shopkeeper suggests that maybe you'd like some of these healing potions that are in these small corked beakers and things. And
Oh yeah, healing potions.
Yeah.
They'll definitely take those.
Yeah. I'll take some of those too.
And then there's some leaves, some dried leaves and things that have healing properties, especially against they're good at drawing out poison and just extraordinary type of healing powers.
Okay. So dried leaves.
Yeah, herbs, meds, and potions. Definitely take them.
Herbs, meds, healing potions, dried leaves.
Your dried leaves, is it? Okay.
Yeah. As you guys leave that kind of apothecary type place, a woman approaches you, who's she's dressed, like one of the albino people, and she asks if she would be welcome in your party. She's a magic user, and she's got some healing abilities and things, and she would she'd love to help her kingdom, and wants to know if she could join you guys when you leave.
Yes.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Does
her name?
Does she know how to make a sandwich?
Oh my
No,
God.
she doesn't know how to make a sandwich.
Oh man.
What's this woman's name, Zeus?
We're just going to call her Rose.
Rose.
Okay.
Rose the albino.
Yeah.
Galar the Bard, Rose the albino.
And she says she has some other things to do, and she will, she's trying to stay out of the, the evening sun here.
Yeah.
But
She's a Calabac.
she'll meet you a little later.
Oh.
She's a Calabac. We got to get her wraps for her face.
Oh no, you didn't see her face. All you saw was her eyes.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
What color were her eyes?
Did you look? Did you get a good look?
Oh no, did not.
So,
Galar was too busy trying to think of inappropriate songs. So
you're supposed to Help people with your music. I annoy the shit out of them.
He does that. He
You're
does
like-
that. He does that too, Zeus. But he's a character. It comes
He's
up.
kind of
He
like
comes through.
he's kind of like Robin's minstrels from Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Yeah, Glar is traveling the land,
Right.
trying to recruit the people from the clan of the Wooish Tan.
That's a good one. So, you're kind of reminded by the warriors that all of the attacks come at night,
Oh yeah.
right?
Okay. Right.
So you have to decide how you're going to travel, how you're going to schedule your days and nights, and while you're standing around talking, someone comes in and brings 4 horses and a pony.
Ooh.
And actually it's more of a miniature horse.
They can carry all of our stuff.
Well, I mean,
that's the miniature horse could be used to carry our stuff.
well, you have the wagon.
Right. It
They're-
can pull the
they're-
wagon.
No. The wagon already has horses.
Gotcha. Okay.
Right.
I got it.
These are for us to ride, right?
Right. So you have a
Okay.
dwarf. You have a
Right.
dwarf. You kind of have a miniature horse.
He could give him the miniature horse. Yeah.
Right. Right.
It's all right, man. Dane, you'll be fine.
Lucian already has Chono, so he's good.
Exactly. That's why they only brought you 5.
Yeah.
So
All right, we all got horses.
right, and so Landmec and Corey can ride on the wagon as well.
Okay.
Do we all need to name our horse, or we just
It's totally up to you. Landmec and Corey, they each also happen to have longbows as well.
okay?
So
Does the horse count as equipment, or
technically, yeah.
Yeah. You said that Landmaker Corey had +1 what?
Yeah, +1 bows as well.
Okay.
Long bow.
Gotcha.
and Dane has a miniature horse, right?
Right.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Eldon looks at his mace and wonders how much damage he can do to a dwarf's head. But it's a fleeting thought. It leaves his mind quickly as it appears.
Okay. Glar named his horse Refrain the horse.
Refrain the horse. All righty.
Dane
Please refrain from killing my horse.
Dane named the miniature horse Evening the miniature horse.
All right.
And Tom named the horse Sandwich.
Sandwich. That's great.
Oh. Oh.
So now you guys got to decide. Are you gonna stay because it's evening. Are you gonna head out at first light? Are you gonna wait until tomorrow evening? Are you gonna start tonight?
I say we get a good night's rest and we head out as first light. This gives everybody a chance to get familiar with themselves a little bit more, so we can work as a team a little bit more, and where we can eat up, we
Ooh,
rest up, so we're fresh, have some mead, and then we're ready to roll in the morning. Feed
I
the
like
horses, get everything together, and we're good.
I like
Shit.
that eating idea.
Yeah. So you're told that there's a really nice tavern not far away that you can park your steeds
That
and,
sounds like a plan. I
and get it.
suggest we all go there. Even Tom agrees, hopefully.
Yeah, man. I want some grub.
So while you're there and you're eating, one of the townspeople says, that there is there's a temple that's maybe a little out of the way, but it's an abandoned temple of the sun and moon. It's been there since before the Nazians came to this land, and it's not there. They don't worship the sun and moon like the people that were there before, and since the moon is tied into
Oh yeah, yeah.
Tirana's
Mm-hmm.
powers, you might get some clues to how to fight her there.
Oh yeah.
Yes, we're very interested.
Yes.
And
Yes.
then there's also a hermit who he refuses to come into the city to live. He's got a cabin out there, and he's been able to so far he's been able to avoid the undead attacks, and he's been able to survive, and they can see him every couple of days. He comes to the city to get some things, and just to kind of check in, but he refuses to come in. The farmers, all the farmers have had to come into the city, and they're being housed by the queen because she can't protect them while they're out there. So this is yet another issue, is that if they can't go back to farming out there, they're going to have problems with their bread, which is like I said, in high demand because it's amazing. And so this is yet another problem. But there's also a freshwater lake that's fed by an underground spring that they use to irrigate the rice and the grain crops, and it used to be the source of the swamp that the green dragon would frequent in times gone by. So you kind of have these things they're all kind of on the way to the to the former mountain stronghold where the dragon lived, which it's just honestly it just seems like the only place where Tirana and Cow could be holding up at this point.
Okay.
So, like I told you guys, I didn't think we'd get into combat today. So
No, that's good. This is the setup, and I need the setup. All of us need the setup. Otherwise, we don't know why we fighting or what we fighting for. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So this is good. This is good. Now I'm interested in this castle thing. So after we fill our bellies and rest up, I think we might have to investigate that first before we do anything else.
Yeah. Yeah, I forgot about the time. Yeah, we have a time thing. I was all lost in what we were doing. Yeah, that was a great setup, Zeus. I can't believe how detailed you have.
Yeah,
this.
no, that's how you got to do it. He did it right, man. That was a good start, but very good, Zeus.
Thank you.
Good job, brother. Good job.
Yeah, I mean it's all about telling a story. And I didn't tell you this, but
I went through a crazy. Go ahead.
I have been making rolls. I have been rolling dice for things.
Oh,
really? That's
okay.
hot. Oh, that's kind of
awesome.
hot. That's how you do it. Zeus is a fucking man. There you go. Not only does he make tag team tournaments, he actually rolls the 6-sided dice, 8-sided dice, and all of the good stuff.
yeah. I mean, I was doing it, doing it online, but I mean,
yeah, no. That's how you do it.
The thing between Lucian and Chono, that was you rolled.
Good, perfect. That was kind of hot,
rolled, but you did.
I know. Even better. There you go.
Yeah.
But
that's good. That's good.
I feel bad for both of you that you're gonna have to deal with me just being a total taking it all as a joke, but it's just how.
That's okay. That's okay.
It's how I be.
If you get a hand axe near your head, then you know why.
Oh my God.
All in the language of Lele Cool J.
Yeah, Lele Cool J. No bard can bard quite like I can. I take an undead skeleton, put his face in the sand.
Please do not call it a comebackist.
Yes. Oh, we gotta do that. In the language of Lele Cool J. Don't call it a comebackist.
No.
We warriors been here for years. I almost did the war. What are we fighting for?
Zeus, throw a fucking plus 6 minutes or I bought. Just fucking get it over with. Oh, that's awesome. Good job, Zeus. Good job.
Yeah, you went above and beyond. For
yeah, man. That was good stuff. I was actually picturing all the stuff that you were saying.
Right.
I guess next week.
That's actually good stuff.
Next week we get into it a little more.
Before
James goes to New York.
We're gonna start to hit the castle, maybe. You know what I'm saying? We find out what's in the temple, and to find out what's in there, because more information, the better.
Yeah.
And like who else will find? You may be lucky to find some good stuff in the temple too.
Right.
So.
Yeah. So I put in the group chat. I put in the queen, and one of the fighters.
Oh, look at the queen and her goblet. That's kind of hot.
Yeah. And
the fighter, yeah.
Oh wow!
Okay.
So we need a picture of Tukif, so we can keep asking the question of when the queen gets that feeling, when she gets that feeling. When she gets that feeling.
Oh. Hey Zeus, I got a deafness spell that I could use for all of us.
What?
A deafness spell, so we don't have to hear any of it.
Right.
Hey, you.
I like that, Zeus. That was very good, man. I like that. That was a very good intro, man. I was digging it.
Yeah, you wait till we get to the battle stuff, and you need the call to battle from the bard.
Yeah,
It'd be
because
like,
Lord
he's
knows
coming
we
through.
can't start the fight unless we have our own theme song.
He's going to start
Yes.
playing.
Exactly.
Playing Who Let the Dogs
Exactly, James. Must have theme songs.
Out? Who let the dogs out? Burf, 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 burf.
Oh my god. Who
When-
let the Hydra out?
When Lucian's on Chono, it's gonna be on. There's gonna be a theme song for it.
Oh my god.
So yeah, I know we gotta get out of here.
I was gonna name my steed Aaron Judge, but I decided not to.
Oh my god. So Zeus, that was fantastic. We bow
Yeah,
to
man,
you.
that was great.
Such a good job.
Thank you.
That was good stuff, man.
So next week we continue with the campaign,
Yeah, definitely.
and anything else going on? Anything anyone needs to plug or?
I just did the Antonio Anoki art. If you
Oh yeah.
up on the Twitter there.
Yeah. Definitely check out Zeus's Twitter, which is what's your handle here?
Just
at,
King Dark.
at Zeus King Dark. And,
yeah, he did a good picture of Zeus. I actually my quote of the day on Twitter is from Antonio Anoki as well.
Oh, nice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
I put the the figure of Rose in there too.
Hold on, let me see Rose. Oh, Rose the albino.
Oh, she looks badass, actually.
Yeah, man, she's wearing a sheepskin. Look at that. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Shailing.
Real quickly, www.twitch.tv/Texan Spaniard. Wednesday nights and Friday nights I stream on there. For Wednesdays, primetime jams, and then Friday night jams. And my Twitch is now monetized, so unfortunately that might mean you might get ads in the future when you watch my stream. But
as for Bard. Learn the Lele Kuje language in 60
Yeah.
steps.
Everyone, thanks for watching, and we'll see y'all next week. Adios.
Thanks, Zeus. That was good stuff, Zeus. That was good stuff.
Woo!
Yeah.